The suspects are
Dr. Nicholas Smart.
And Neff. And Miss Morgan.
dun dun dun. The blood analysis
Came up as Neff. He was pretty sus anyway.
But the fingerprints came back as Smart. What about Miss Morgan?
Her accent is
Sus.
sus. Okay.
Hey ladies, what are we doing today?
sus.
No! Why am I sus?
How did you know what we were talking about?
I mean, I did take all of the blueberry muffins yesterday when we came back to the room from lunch.
Okay, thank you, Miss Morgan.
You're welcome. Have a good day, okay?
So we scratched out Miss Morgan.
Oh man, what about the muffins?
I will have my vengeance. Hi, what did I miss?
Oh my gosh. Skylar, we said we scratched out Miss Morgan.
Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Moving on.
Neff is about 66 inches tall, so...
Pay attention!
So if he's 66 inches tall, and our blood analysis says it was from 66 inches tall, and he had a cut on his head, so right here is his blood, and we think it was his blood.
Plus, there are fingerprints from Dr. Smart on this cup found at the crime scene that we did.
And...
The magnifying glass. How did you look at them?
We used this magnifying glass to enhance the definitely not cocoa powdered fingerprints.
Good job. And Julia, what did you use to dust?
we used a paintbrush to dust the powder on the cup with the fingerprints.
So in conclusion, who do we think it is?
We think it's Dr. Nicholas Smart because the fingerprints kind of match his fingerprint.
But it
we
also could be Neff,
Yeah,
and even worse, it could be
both.
Or
It could be Miss Morgan. It could be her. She might have been at the crime scene. We don't know what she does in her personal life.
We don't.
she's so secretive and her British accent.
At this camp, we built lungs for the steward. She was looking lethargic. She had shortness of breath, wheezing, and accelerated heart rate. I guess she was excited to have a collapsed lung.
We also dissected hearts at this camp. Dr. Smart helped treat the people that were hurt during the shipwreck. Some of them had problems with their cardiovascular system. That is why we dissected the cow hearts. We had to wear gloves and goggles, and we also had to keep our masks on while we were doing this.
Then we helped Cindy Young with her snake bite. That snake bite must have really hurt. We read about snakes and tried to figure out if we could cure her or not. We did cure her, and the snake bite was hemotoxic instead of neurotoxic. So there was an anti-venom. It was really fun. We did not work with venom, but we did use milk and lemon juice. I mean, we're just kids.
Finally, we learned about splints. We learned about the figure of 8, buddy taping, neck brace, and arm brace. The reason why we learned about splint is because there was a shipwreck, and Dr. Smart told us there were a lot of fractures and broken bones. And the figure of 8, you put it on your ankle so your ankle doesn't move around and break even further in your leg. And it happens on all your bones, like in the neck brace and on your arm. And
The yellow balloon is the diaphragm, and as we pull the diaphragm, the lungs get air.
Engineering. During this week, we have learned about engineering. One of the things we learned was robotics. Also, our MBOT programming mission, building bridges.
As we were building our robots, we had worked on our coding skills, and we went to this amazing app called MakeBot, which we did coding with our bots. It was so much fun. I loved it because it really made you think about what you want the robots to do.
Then we worked on our bridges. to get food across the island. I think Tyga wanted a cheeseburger because he didn't eat lunch. He didn't eat breakfast. Basically, we got food for the bridge. Our robots had to carry a cup across the bridge. We used cardboard for the base and tape to stick things together. And of course, our bridge worked.
Even though our materials weren't as sturdy, we still got the food to the ship. Even though ours was the smallest, you can't judge a bridge by its tracks.
For the M-Bot, for the M-Bot, we built it by ourselves, but with help from Miss Morgan. The part that I really like was sticking a motherboard.
What part did you like, Michaela?
My favorite part was probably attaching the wheels to the motors.
Awesome. What was your favorite part, Aiden?
Probably attaching the eyes to the robot.
And what was your favorite part, Gage?
I like putting all the wires together.
Awesome.
So to start it off, we are doing white powder that we studied, and we found that it is cornstarch. We got it from color and dropping liquids in it.
Next, we dusted for fingerprints with cocoa powder. We ended up with prints that matched Dr. Smart's.
We also think Miss Morgan is suspicious. We had so many jobs and worked so hard and got no money. As a result,
We did blood drops, and we got Neff's blood. As a result of
as more evidence, Dr. Smart's stethoscope was found at the crime scene. He also was very eager to join the crew and told us in the case profiles. As for Neff, first mate Cindy Young claimed that Neff kidnapped her.
She also says that she saw a figure hand him a piece of paper which fit the dimensions of the map pieces that was stolen.
At first we thought it was first mate Sydney Young, but we were incorrect. We figured out that it was Dr. Smart and Neff because when Dr. Smart cut out the piece of the treasure map, he cut his hand, and that's why he had the bandage on his hand when the captain was unconscious.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Here are the blood drops that we got from.
These are the ones that were found in the crime scene, and then these are the ones that we dropped, and 66 is right here.
So real quick, Jonas, what did you do to the blood drops? What are those lines through the blood drops? What did you have to do to them, Jonas?
We had to measure the diameter to see how big they are and which
color?
ones match.
Uh-huh. So Amar, how do we measure diameter? What tool did we use to measure the diameter?
We use a ruler.
Good job. Yep, we used a ruler. And what did we have to do to the blood drops with the ruler?
We had to measure it from side to side.
All right. And so in conclusion, Lane, who has stolen our treasure map piece?
Dr. Smart and
My name is Jacob.
Neff.
Thank you everybody for watching this. Have a great day.
Later.